Well, let's get started here. My name is Steven Malinowski. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Maximizer, and I'll briefly guide you through our agenda and share some housekeeping details. So moving on to our agenda, today we have our speakers, Yuli Chen and Adrian Murillo, who will go through and introduce Docusign, give an overview of Docusign's new category creation called Intelligent Agreement Management, or IAM for short, the value that IAM brings to customers. And then we'll talk to you about the Maximizer and Docusign integration and give you a product demo. And we will end with a Q&A session. So you'll have a couple minutes to give and ask some questions to our speakers today. But before I introduce our speakers and pass over the baton to Yuli and Adrian, I just wanted to go over some housekeeping notes. If you have any questions, feel free to fire them off in the public chat. So where you've been saying hi, you are welcome to ask any questions in there. If we can't address your questions during the webinar, we'll reach out to you via email. As I mentioned in the agenda, following the session, we will open the floor for a Q&A with both speakers. Throughout the webinar, there's also reactions that you can send over to our speakers at the bottom panel of your screen. So I'll just give you an example for one. Look at that, me introducing the webinar, how fun. When we close today's session, you'll receive a quick survey with 3 questions. We encourage you to share your insights. Your feedback is invaluable for our future webinars to align with your needs. And last but not least, the recording of this webinar will be emailed to all attendees and all registrants following the webinar. So even though some people registered and weren't able to attend, they will also receive the recording. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Yuli and Adrian.
Thank you, Steven. Hi, everyone. I'm Adrian. I'm a product manager here at Maximizer. I lead the analytics team, focusing on several key areas, including our internal business intelligence platform, the sales intelligence solution, and the financial advisor edition of our CRM. My background is in creating technical end-to-end solutions for global e-commerce platforms, and I have extensive experience integrating artificial intelligence capabilities into various products. I'm passionate about leveraging technology to drive business insights and improve operational efficiency. Now I will hand it over to Julie.
Thanks, Adrian, and thank you, Steven, for the great introduction. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone in the audience, wherever you are in the world. My name is Yuli. I'm a senior partner account manager leading Docusign's line of business segment, where I help ISVs in the CRM, procurement, and HR space grow with Docusign. In my career, I've had the privilege to help businesses of all sizes, from SMBs to Fortune 500, across key digital transformation and go-to-market initiatives to increase business efficiencies, reduce cost, and accelerate growth. And today I'm really excited to work with Adrian and the entire Maximizer team to show how we'll jointly bring value to your business. So before we get started, I wanted to take a quick poll of the audience. How many people come across agreements in their work? All right, looks like getting some responses. Yeah, looks like the vast majority here. Hopefully when we think about agreements, the name Docusign rings a bell. Docusign has been a global leader in the e-signature space, and we've recently gone through a rebrand, providing new offerings, expanding capabilities, and pioneering a new category called Intelligent Agreement Management. All of this is designed to help businesses derive more value from Docusign. And today, I'm going to show how we drive more revenue, improve efficiency, and reduce risk throughout your organization by transforming how agreements are managed. The world runs on agreements governing trillions of dollars of economic activity, and a typical company completes thousands of agreements every year. Now, that sounds like a large number, and it might seem like I'm here just to talk about how we manage digital paperwork, but when you really stop to think about it, agreements are required for anything important that needs to get done in your company. And that's why we believe agreements present the greatest untapped source of value already living in most organizations. From complex agreements negotiated by legal teams to simple corporate IT policies, agreements live in every department of every organization. So if you're selling something, agreements influence every step of that process, from NDAs, sales contracts, order forms, contract amendments, and change orders after a deal is closed. HR teams rely on the agreements not only for new talent, but to offboard employees and to handle code of conduct situations. Hopefully your organization does, and hopefully your business doesn't have too many of those. And procurement teams work with agreements every day to manage the purchasing process that keeps your business running. And let's not forget about the legal teams who have to manage agreements for important filings and affidavits, in addition to supporting all other agreements in the business. Though these are just a handful of examples, what these agreements have in common is they govern virtually all day-to-day operations, and every single one of them needs to be created somehow, it needs to be committed to and finalized, and the agreements and obligations need to be managed between you and other parties. Unfortunately, the way agreements are managed is fundamentally broken in most organizations. While investments in technologies like CRM, ERP, and HCM have delivered efficient data-driven processes in areas like quote to cash and hire to retire, the agreements in those processes rely on have heavily remained untouched. And this slows down other processes while introducing unnecessary cost and risk at every step of the way, which is caused by two fundamental problems found in virtually every business. The first, systems and processes that manage agreements are manual, inefficient, and disconnected from your core business systems. So for example, if you think about a typical sales contract, a seller reaches a point when it's time to get a contract in front of a customer. But to create that contract, the salesperson needs to email Deal Desk or manually rekey all that data into a CRM like Maximizer. It might need to be reviewed and negotiated, which probably means emailing different versions back and forth, manually tracking versions, rewriting clauses, and then trying to figure out who to track down for approvals. And once that's done, you hopefully have some sort of electronic signature in place to deliver the contract. But it's still surprisingly common to see agreements slip or slow down because they have to be printed, scanned, emailed, or even couriered for completion. And once that's done, you not only need to make sure agreements are stored somewhere that can be found, but someone probably needs to rekey all that data back into the other systems like the ERP or CRM that run your business. If that sounds like a lot for just one contract, that's because in reality, it is. This inefficiency lives throughout every core process in every department in your organization, creating unnecessary cost, inefficiencies, and business risk. And if that's not enough, you also need to contend with the fact that in most organizations, there's an immense amount of valuable data and agreements that's unusable because it's trapped in static, flat files. For example, you should be able to answer questions about specific contracts, like whether a contract you just signed has any high-risk terms that you need to be aware of. Or you may want to know if there are any SLAs you or your vendor need to uphold. Just last week, I was working with a business that was asking if Docusign could do something, and I really wasn't sure about whether or not we could or had to do it. And so I had to take time out of my day to review a 30-page agreement just to find a single line before I could even think about getting to work. And you should also be able to zoom out and answer questions about contracts in aggregate, like what are the top 10 risks you face in your business? Are there any terms preventing deals from closing quickly that you could change without introducing additional risk. And you should be able to integrate all that data to automate and streamline important steps in your core business processes. For example, automating things like account provisioning or notifying teams when they need to take an important action. And all of this is currently impossible or impractical if that data is trapped inside a static document. Docusign calls this the agreement trap, which exists in virtually every organization and industry of all sizes. And despite dramatic improvements made over the years, we all still face manual, disconnected agreement processes and trapped, inaccessible agreement data. According to Deloitte, this agreement trap costs organizations almost 9% of their total agreement value every year. And some organizations are seeing over 20% of total contract value lost annually. Sales teams see deals slip quarter over quarter, revenue is lost, customers grow weary of unnecessarily long and painful negotiations. HR teams lose talent at the finish line because candidates accept offers from more nimble competitors. Procurement organizations miss out on the potential to unlock value that's buried in terms, SLAs, and obligations because they lack the ability to proactively manage agreements. Legal teams get bogged down with a lot of manual, low-value work while struggling to keep pace with the speed of business. And across every part of an organization, teams are slowed down by the inefficient work. All the critical questions go unanswered. The efficiency of existing technology investments is limited because data isn't flowing between systems and the agreements that depend on them. So just a quick poll of the audience. Does anyone have a guess of how much these systems and processes cost in time and opportunity annually? Looks like we're getting some answers in. See in the chat lots. That's right. Okay. A lot of really good answers. Would you believe nearly $2 trillion of global economic value is lost every single year due to these inefficiencies? Docusign and Maximizer believe that organizations need to fundamentally take a different approach in managing their agreements. And in this new approach, agreements are treated as first-class participants in the business workflows they support rather than a bolt-on or an afterthought. A world where agreement data is made available to existing systems to drive automation and provide insights about your business rather than remaining locked in static flat files and PDFs. And the functional leaders, such as yourselves or the ones you support, are empowered at every step of the way. And DocuSign's pioneering the Intelligent Agreement Management, or IAM for short. This is a new category of cloud software powered by AI that helps organizations escape the agreement trap by streamlining and automating agreement processes while unlocking and unleashing the power of agreement data. While there's plenty of technologies that focus on different aspects of an agreement process, DocuSign offers the only platform that can unleash the value of agreement data for companies across every industry throughout the world. The IAM platform is a suite of applications to improve the way organizations create, commit to, and manage their agreements and the relationships they defined. We're introducing new purpose-built apps tailored to specific needs of line of business and industries. For example, IAM for sales, IAM for customer experience, and general purpose applications for more broad-based agreement needs. This brings together best-of-breed capabilities for every step of the agreement process, whether that's forms and DocGen capabilities to gather information and automate the process of agreement generation, identity verification, so you know who's signing your agreements, or capabilities and features that not only track ongoing obligations and renewals, but also answer important questions about your business with reporting and analytics built just for agreements. Docusign is also introducing a new way of unlocking and standardizing agreement data to power automation and, more importantly, enable you to apply AI throughout the agreement process. A new layer of extensible platform services is included to power process improvements across all capabilities, such as Docusign Maestro, which empowers teams to create and deploy workflows that automate and orchestrate agreement processes without the need to write any code. Docusign Navigator essentially stores, manages, and analyzes agreements across an entire organization. And Docusign's App Center and APIs, which make it easy to integrate and extend agreement workflows to partner applications and the systems that run your business, such as Maximizer. And now we'll show how the Docusign and Maximizer integration work together to address a critical piece of the agreement process to help customers create agreements in an accessible, collaborative, and automated ways, commit to agreements and relationships in a trusted environment, and manage agreements in a way that's seamlessly integrated to the systems that run your business.
Great. Thank you so much, Julie. In this segment, we'll explore the specific benefits of integrating Docusign with Maximizer CRM. This powerful integration will transform how you manage documents within our CRM, driving efficiency and enhancing your overall business processes. So let's dive into the key benefits. Our first key benefit is centralized document management. With the Docusign integration, you can access and manage all your signed documents directly within the Maximizer interface. So this means no more switching between different platforms to find the documents you need. So every document is stored and linked to the relevant customer records. So this centralization not only saves time, but also ensures that your document management is organized and efficient. Imagine you're finalizing a contract with a client. So instead of searching through emails or external storage systems, you can quickly pull up the contract in Maximizer, review its status, and take any necessary actions right from the same platform. Next, we have the real-time document status tracking. So this feature allows you to monitor the status of your document as they move through the signing process. You can see whether a document has been sent, viewed, signed, or completed, all within Maximizer. So this real-time visibility is important for prompt follow-ups and ensuring that there are no unnecessary delays in your business transactions. So for instance, if you notice a document has been viewed but not signed, you can immediately follow up with the client to address any questions or concerns they might have, speeding up the entire process. Another significant benefit is customizable workflow automation. So with this integration, you can create custom workflows that automatically trigger document requests based on specific actions or milestones within your CRM. So consider a scenario where a sales opportunity reaches a certain stage in your pipeline. An automated workflow can trigger the preparation and sending of a sales agreement without any manual intervention. So this ensures that critical documents are sent promptly and consistently, reducing the risk of human error. So one of the standouts features in the integration with CRM data, Docusign can pre-populate documents with data from your CRM, minimizing manual entry and reducing the likelihood of errors. So this ensures that your documents are accurate and consistent with information already in your CRM. So think about how much time and effort you can save when your contracts and agreements are automatically filled with customer details, deal specifics, and other relevant information. So this not only speeds up the document preparation process, but also enhances accuracy and professionalism. Lastly, we have enhanced collaboration. So this integration facilitates both internal and external collaboration by providing shared access to documents. Multiple stakeholders can review and sign documents in a coordinated manner, ensuring that everyone is on the same page and that the document workflow is smooth and efficient. So for example, your sales team and legal team and the client all can access the same document, review it, make necessary adjustments, and sign it without the hassle of multiple email exchanges. So this level of collaboration significantly reduces turnaround times and improves the overall efficiency of your document management processes. Before we jump into the next section, we have another poll question, and we would like to know, have you integrated Docusign with Maximizer yet? Okay, we're having some answers over here. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So most of our attendees haven't integrated Docusign with Maximizer. So this is a great opportunity for us to showcase what we are going to present right now. Let me, okie dokie. Great. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my Docusign account. Just remember you need one. I will log in and I will be redirected to my initial screen, which will be my home page. In this homepage, I will have the full glimpse of all my contracts that I have in the platform. I can have all the agreements in this tab, and then I'll have the templates tab where we can create and control all the templates. For today's demo, we'll create a template that will be used across our company. So in this screen, we will fill these basic fields, and I'm going to use a new contract that my legal and compliance team sent me this morning. So let's start with the name of the template. Just gonna choose something random and a simple description. This is just to share with our teams and have a way to identify which template we are working on. Then I'm going to load the new contract. This is the file that my legal and compliance team shared with me. Remember that you can load more than one file per template. So you have 30 different files or a single file with 30 pages, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna add recipients. So in this case, I will add myself to the list. So every time I send a new contract, I will be notified. And in here, I can customize a little bit more about the recipient options, okay? In the message, this is the message that it will be sent every time I send a new agreement. So for now, I'm just gonna do something really generic. So this is the file I loaded, and I can grab and drop where's the signature location and where I need people to sign that specific contract. So I'm gonna save it. And in this page, I can, again, edit, or I can delete or share. There are a lot of functionalities that I can do in this page, okay? And that's it. So that's how, in 1 minute, we were able to create a new template, fill all the fields, load as many documents as we require, and use them to send envelopes. So during this webinar, we will talk about envelopes. So whenever we say envelopes, just think about this template, and it is the document that we are delivering via digital way to our clients or contacts. So that's what we refer to envelopes, okay? With that being said, now let's see how easy it is to integrate your Maximizer account with Docusign. And before we do that, we have another poll question. So please help us to answer, how long on average do you or someone on your team spend managing contracts and proposals? So we have a few hours per day, a few hours per week, a few hours per month, or never. Okay, great. We have some interesting. So most of the people actually spend a lot of hours during the week. That's great. Okay, so we're going to show how to actually connect both applications. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my Maximizer account, and I will go to the app directory and search for the Docusign integration. So for that, I'm going to click on the left pane menu, app directory, We can use the search box to search for Docusign. I'm going to click on the card. And then we have a menu. So we have a full detail setup guide. And for now, we're just going to click on Setup button. And that's it. That's how easy it is to set up the account. To confirm that it actually worked, I'm going to go to the administration page, settings, and then interactions, type, and then I will see the icon and I will see that the new interaction has been created. So we go back to the app directory to wrap with the installation process. I'm going to click on the Docusign integration again. I'm going to click on Get It Now. And as I logged into my Docusign account like 2 minutes ago, it would automatically configure my account in Maximizer. So I will see a new success message on top. And that's it. So after that, I should be ready to use the Docusign in Maximizer. So to confirm that, I'm going to the address book. And in here, we will see that a new Docusign button has been added to our tabs menu. So if we click on it, we will be able to see two options, view envelopes and send envelopes. So in this case, I'll click on John's record. So you'll see that I have been communicated with John about a new deal. We had a coffee chat about 2 weeks ago. And last week, we had a quick phone call where he mentioned that he's ready to move on and I can send him the contract that we have been working on. So I click on the send envelope. I will choose the template that we created like 2 minutes ago. I'll change the email subject, just something really simple for now. And then I will change the message, the body of the message. Remember that you can change it on the fly or directly in the template. For now, I'm just going to change the date. So in this case, I'm just going to pick May 29. And then we will click on send. And then I'll see a pop-up that my Docusign envelope has been sent successfully in the address book entry. In my timeline, I will be able to see all the envelopes sent and the status of each one of them. So I can click on expand and I will see more details like the sender, recipient, the email of the message, and the timestamp. I can click on the redirect link and it will open a new tab and take me to the agreements tab in the Docusign platform. So in the Docusign platform, remember that we can review more details of the envelopes, like the list of recipients, the message. We can also have a sample of the document that is used in the template. We can check the body of the message, a quick sample of the document, as I mentioned, and we have more options like delete, update, etc. So I'm going back to Maximizer, and then we will review how the email looks after someone sent an envelope from Maximizer. So I'm going to open my Outlook inbox, and you can see I already received the follow-up email that I just sent through Maximizer. So I will see the sender, the body of the message, and I have a call to action button here in yellow, review document. So I'm going to click on it, and it will redirect me to the Docusign platform where I can sign the contract. So I will click on continue. Remember that we can drag and drop the signature where we need to sign, and I can pick and choose my preferred signature. So for me, this is okay. I'm just going to click on accept and continue. I'm going to click on finish. Done. And voila. So that's how easy it is to sign a contract nowadays. So upon returning to my Maximizer account, I will see that 2 new timeline interactions have been added after completion. So one is the interaction entry with the details, right? Like sender, recipient, etc. And the second one is the stored signed document in the address book entry, so automatically saved by Maximizer. So I can click in the document and it will be downloaded to my computer or my mobile phone, and I will see where is the signature located. And voila. Here's how simple it is to use a template to send it to any address book entry, review and sign the document, and 3, have it automatically stored in the address book entry. Okay, so next, we will review another use case, which involves sending contracts at a specific stage of our sales pipeline. So currently, we are in the opportunities module where I have been managing several opportunities all day long. However, I have lost track of which opportunity has progressed through my sales pipeline, and I need to send a document to my client. As I don't remember, I need to go to the activity tracker, and this is a useful tool for managing my key tasks. So it allows me to visualize this week's activities and view all my pending Docusign tasks. The tracker also highlights overdue tasks in red, like in this example, and we can see a document that I was supposed to send to my client 2 weeks ago. So by clicking on the card, the address book dialog opens. So I'm going to click on it, and then it will enable me to use my Docusign integration directly in the activity tracker. So I can send a new contract from here. I'm going to use the same template we created earlier. I'm going to change the email subject to different so that we can identify it with a different name. And then again, I'm going to change the date with a different date so we can differentiate. And then I'm going to click on send. And I should see the success message. Yep, there it is. Okay. Great. So now I have the option to review the opportunity details and make any necessary changes if I need to. And I can also access the timeline records to view the log Docusign interactions. So I'm going to click on it. Here's the opportunity details. If I need to change something, I can do it on the fly. And I can see the timeline records. And in here, as you remember, every time we send a new Docusign envelope, it will be logged within the Maximizer record. Okay. Great. And so remember, in the activity tracker, you can see this week's activities, last week activities, so everything that is overdue and what's coming next. So to summarize what we just did, so we created a template in under a minute. We linked our Docusign account with our Maximizer account in 2 clicks. We used the template to send through the address book entries, and we utilized the activity tracker to track and monitor all open, overdue, and upcoming tasks. So thank you very much for your attention. That's all we have for today for the demo section. And back to you, Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you, both Adrian and Yuli. That was great. So much wonderful information. Yuli, I still can't believe that stat from Deloitte about the agreement trap costing organizations almost 9% of their total agreement value every year, with some losing over 20% of their total contract value annually, amounting to about like $2 trillion, I think you said. But it makes sense, right? If you don't have a tool to help track these contracts, there may be some deals that fall through the cracks, whether that be miscommunication, employee turnover, or a salesperson just simply goes on vacation. It's just a matter of time until one of these deals falls through the cracks. Adrian, thanks so much for taking us through the integration of Docusign and Maximizer to show how sales team can handle agreement management. I see a lot of questions coming in here for you, Adrian, so be prepared. The value, the value is clear. We can automate processes, enhance efficiency, and reduce risk. So we're not just streamlining your workflows, but ensuring the security, the management, and tracking of your agreement data.